Howdy, Winchester here. You know, back in the 1870s, there weren't much book learning. Matter of fact, if you could read, you were considered right educated. And if you had any books, you were always welcome at many a campfire. Through books, we've met the kings and queens of Europe, sought out the mysteries of the Orient, followed on the conquests of the Romans and the Greeks, and sailed the seven seas. Reading opened our minds to places and ideas we'd never dreamed of. But today, people don't seem to read much anymore, especially the youngsters. And then they go and tell you they're bored because there ain't nothing good on TV. Well, now let me tell you, that's one sorry excuse. So go on, do something adventurous. Wake up to the wonders of this world and beyond. Read, for the fun of it. You might just find a whole new universe out there. Your mind. This is Winchester, and I thank you.
Excuse me, do you know how to get to Maine and Maple?
How's that cook? How do you change the ringtone?
How much does this cost?
Does this bus stop at Elm Street?
We ask questions everywhere in life, except...
Any questions?
No.
At the doctor's office, ask questions.
What is this test for?
Are there any side effects?
Questions lead to better health care. Go to ahrq.gov for a list of 10 questions everyone should know. Questions are the answer. Public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You're listening to AchieveRadio.com. A new drummer for a new awakening.
Most of you probably recognize that Native American flute music, which means I'm not quite loud enough. Let me pot up the mic here just a little bit. There, that's a little bit better. I think most everybody recognizes that, meaning it is time for Fred Fassett's Visionary Awareness here on AchieveRadio.com. Welcome back this week, everyone. My name is Bill. I assist Fred for the next couple hours. I answer the phones and read the messages coming in off the website for those of you wanting a really good psychic reading. And I do mean really good. We've been having a lot of proof of that lately, a lot of instant feedback, sort of a little game some of our listeners have been playing by sending in questions about famous people and not letting Fred know who they are until after he's done the reading, and we're finding out all kinds of stuff. The number to call if you want a reading from Fred today, 602-666-6027. Again, 602-666-6027 is the number to dial. If you don't care to go on the air on the telephone, or, your cell phone fell in a swimming pool or whatever happened there, you can still, from the Achieve Radio Studio A page or also the Achieve Radio TV page, you can send a InQuick instant message that's located in the right-hand sidebar. Those of you listening on mobile devices, we are right smack in the middle of improving the mobile-ready friendliness, the mobile friendliness of our website. Which will include moving the InQuick over to where you can see it on the mobile devices. I didn't even realize that it disappeared when you're watching on one of those small screen devices. In any case, that is located in the right-hand sidebar, the InQuick Instant Message System. The Achieve Radio chat room located right below the player, and that's also being modified to better fit the mobile screens, which will help those of you, and I'm actually surprised, almost 40% of our audience anymore using mobile devices of one sort or another. Big change from 10 years ago when 98% were on Internet Explorer. Time and technology changes. At any rate, you can send a message through the chat room or through the Achieve Radio InQuick instant message system. The InQuick, you can fit a little more stuff in, and it's not publicly visible, just visible to us here in the studio. So, I talked about all kinds of stuff. I forgot to say, Fred, that we are on YouTube Live.
Yes.
On YouTube Live, as well as Achieve TV and Achieve Radio.
This is good. This is good. I suppose everybody realized that Arizona got drenched the early part of this week. In fact, in my area, I felt it coming in at midnight and didn't stop till 8 or 9 in the morning. So my yard looked like a mess. It also came apparently in my Arizona room. We just found out we may have to rip all the carpets out of there. And then there was a spot on my roof, so we called my guy over, and he said, well, there goes those solar people screwing things up again. I just tired of these water lessons. It's been going on so long now. But I might have to pack all my books because I can't move things and rip out. When I bought the house, somebody had glued it down to the floor, so this ought to be an interesting thing. So I can leave it on cement because we'll come up with something later. So they said that we got 323. My rain gauge said 6 inches, so what can I say? And this whole, in some areas, they're still having problems in Mesa. Somebody made a mistake in all this new track area, all got flooded. I mean, it was a mess. People are losing all kinds of stuff and everything else. And cars on I-10 freeway, somebody directed them on there, and the cars were left on the freeway. They couldn't, they had to get out of there to save their lives. So, remember, I said we're changing. And I can call it monsoon, whatever they would like to call it. But I said we're going to be getting lots of rain. And then we have the other coming in California, which will come back in Arizona, parts of New Mexico, and going through Arkansas. Colorado may be getting the snow today or tomorrow. That's part of the El Nino. Okay, and this is going to come in. There's going to be a lot of flooding going on in California. A lot of people are leaving their homes in California, and prices are falling because of the drought. A lot of times that means they were supposed to go anyway, so it's not a negative. And I'm getting so much, and something new is going to happen to everybody. I don't know when. Somebody's going to get me to blog, but it won't be talking about me. That's not going to happen, okay? It's going to be doing what I do best. I don't like personal stuff being said. I think in my age bracket, I think it's foolish, but that's just me. So they're going to come over and show me how. Somebody's working on my site, a couple of young people. So I don't know what they're doing. My son turned it over to my friends, and they're going to be redoing a lot of things. So don't get upset. We just have to go along. Apparently, I've been going through so much change, and my guy just come through today and said I've been walking a tightrope and barely hanging on. The dark side was roaring that I wasn't going to make it, and he knew I would. So this is 8 years. I can't even believe this myself. On the 23rd, Tuesday, the 24th, Wednesday, we're going to have a new moon for Arizona and California at 11:14 p.m. Isn't that interesting? It will be 1 degree, 108 Libra moon. And then on the next day, on the 24th, is the East Coast. It will be at 2:14 a.m., just so you know. Now, what's interesting, where did I see this? Oh, here it is. This weekend, Mars is going to go into Sagittarius with a lot of oppositions on Saturn. That's never fun. And depending on everybody's chart, how that works, and if you don't know that, one of these days you'll have to have someone show you. You'll learn a lot about yourself. And so, with that, we had the harvest moon on Monday in 16 Pisces. I hope you all enjoyed that moon. That's when we were going through stuff here, so we kind of forgot about it. This darn rain came in and just sat there. And so my predictions on that are coming true, too. Wait till the pine trees show up and the desert disappears. And it will. Anyway, everybody, let's see what we can do. We'll try to help you. Oh, but this is another thing. I'm starting to eat like a little, oh God, every 2 hours chunk something in my mouth, but it has to be good. So apparently we killed the candida, and now I'm running around every couple hours, and I can't eat a lot of food at one time, and then my body says starve, and I have to go find something to eat. So if you hear me crunching, I've got some munchies over here to save the day. All right, Bill, let's see what we can do here. Let's see how we can help.
Okay, Fred. Yeah, I'm sitting here multitasking like mad, as I always do when we're broadcasting video.
Of course.
And let's see. We have our first taker of the day, Amanda in California. Hi, Amanda. Message says, birthday 11/3 of 56, November 3rd, 56. And Amanda says, hello, Fred and Bill. Happy 9/11. Well, I guess that works. It hasn't been the happiest day of the calendar for the last decade and a half or so, but at any rate, thank you for that. I'm looking for work. There's been some activity. I just saw a job that I will apply for. The company begins with the letters SE, if that'll help you, Fred. That is very close to what I am looking for. Can you see if there is a good chance for this one to come through? Are chances good for something else to come through soon? Any insight would be great. Thank you from Amanda.
Both, to be exact. You're doing what the other 500,000 people are going through, Amanda. You're finishing up a cycle which will fix, one part of it leaves on Christmas Eve, and then you're getting ready to go through your second Saturn cycle. So this was a total change, and so the focus on the one you want, be open to other work that will come to you. You've been going through a lot of changes for a couple of years, and it's all change. So that's why this craziness has been going on. And so next year you're going to have a next July, something positive comes into your chart too. So I feel that this they're as good at this. You see, you use the term and you're right on the money. This or something, else is, which is totally correct. So if you want this, really believe you get there, and whatever you have to do for the interview, or if they interview you on the computer, whatever it is, just let it come to you now and see if this works out for you. And if it does, then you've got it made. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. You've made a lot of personal changes in your life yourself and letting go of stuff, so this could actually bring that job right in your hands. So stay very positive as you are. And you're a Scorpio girl. You've been going through 2.5. It says what's going to be a total 5-year change. And we go through, as we get certain chronological ages, we all go through this stuff. So it makes massive changes on every level: emotional, mental, physical, how you see life, the way you've done work, what do you really do want to do. That's the way you have to look at this. And I believe you can get this job. If not, it wasn't meant for you, then there's something else will come through right at that. And the money will be good, whatever it is going to come your way. A lot of us have been going through some stuff. Believe me, I can testify to that. So let's look at this, Amanda, this coming to you, and you getting the job that's right. The companies these days aren't like they used to be. So they do play games. So you have to figure out what it is they're doing and match them and ensure you're coming from the positive. So that whatever how do I say this? Sense out the company and see if it's right for you. If it is, then put your energy, visualize yourself there, and let's see what happens. Because you're about ready to get a job. It's been kind of a while anyway. So let's just see where this takes you. I feel you could get this job unless they're interviewing all kinds of people and they're playing nasty little games. But this looks good, but you're right. There is something else coming up for you. So let's see what this does and let us know on the show. Okay, Amanda? So lots of luck there. You're getting close. You're getting close to getting yourself in a better job. Okay? Congratulations.
All right, Amanda, thank you for writing in. And I'm sitting here looking at something I am totally clueless about, Fred. Yeah, I was one of our listeners, Polly, sent me a place to look up Faramis for going all the way back for like 1,000 years or so.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, it's a website.
Okay.
And I was looking up, we had a couple of questions. Russ had one. And the reason I'm rambling, folks, is no messages in and nobody on the lines except the usual listeners. Nobody has, and I recognize all of them. None of them. They occasionally will pop their hand up. They know how to do that. So, but at any rate, no messages. So a little bit slow today. And I was looking up. Russ sent in somebody he was very interested in, a railroad tycoon in the 19th century. And then I was looking up some other people. But what I've got here is. Like, for example, this one. Let's see if I can figure this out for you, Fred. Because we did have a question from somebody else about another individual. And the initial is A as in apple. And let's see what I can do here now. We have the birthday was February 12 of, get this, 1809.
I used to have something for that, and that little book, by the way, I used it so much it fell apart.
Okay, well, so, here's what I've got. I've got this chart, and first of all, I need to magnify it so I can read it. So give me
obviously
just a second here. And okay, well, I don't know how to do that. February the 12th, 1809 was a Sunday. And, okay, a circle with a dot, that's the sun, I believe.
Right.
Okay, it gives me degrees. It says 22 degrees, 55 minutes. Does that do you any good?
No, look at where the moon is. What sign is the moon in?
It doesn't say a sign. It just, hang on. Okay, I guess it does, but it gives me the symbol, which I don't know the symbols. This one looks kind of like a circle with an arrow coming out the top. Do you know this?
Well, I got wait a minute. I'll see here. What do I got in front of me? I have everything sitting down here. Where is it? The sun is there. Circle with that seems familiar, but I'm looking here and I don't see. They must have did something different back then. Okay, I'm gonna have to really do this.
Well,
this is a tycoon, very big in his day. Also feel like you're showing me how he dressed. Okay, they're telling me he was a bit pompous back then. I don't know if he had hair on his face or not. And almost feel like, did they say he wore a hat or something on his head? But I'd seen him walking with clothes. He got something dangling from, I think back then they wore, I can't remember what you call it now, breasts, something underneath the coat. And it was, there's no sleeves. I can't remember what you call it. A man had and he was, he demanded a lot from other people. And the reason I said they're pompous, he loved being who he was. Apparently he liked the ladies as well. I may have been married, but that doesn't mean nothing. Let's see here. I'm doing this with what they're showing me, by the way. God. Is anybody saying he wore did he have hair on his face or something?
Was fairly famous for that later in life.
Okay, that's what I'm picking up. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up later in life. I'm not seeing him younger. He worked his butt off when he was younger to be able to get where he was. But as he got older, his whole personality started changing. Money changed him. And because he had to work his butt off and fight his way with the people of his time, and sometimes knocking people out of the way so he could become the person he became, he lost.
Okay, well, this individual never really made a big fortune.
Well, maybe not, but the idea here is that for that time, he was all right.
Yeah, he did. Right. He did okay for the mid 19th century, but was not a tycoon. This is not the railroad tycoon, by the way.
Oh, it doesn't make any difference. Yeah. Whoever this was, he dressed well later, but he also he got selfish. Because he got selfish in his travels and the way he handled business, okay, the universe clamped down on him and didn't let him get as far as he could have. He had the brains to do it. I also think he struggled possibly in school when he was younger and had to work, had a good working, what's the word I'm looking for? He believed in work. But boy, did his personality change later, and so the universe kind of clamped down on him because he could have been very well off in his business, but he wasn't. And I think that he had a lot of some health problems came at him when he got older too, and got in his way. His nice personality switched into kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? Oh God! Come on! Dear. See, I can see him walking around, and he's very proud of himself. But every time he worked. The whole thing, who he was when he was younger, he wasn't when he got older, and that's why he could have had twice the success had he realized him being. There was arrogancy, and they keep saying pompous. That's what he was saying to me.
Okay, so, that part. I got to say this, Fred. That part makes I'd have to go around a corner for that to make work. He was considered to be extremely successful, but not financially. In other words, he was a crusader.
Right.
Okay, a crusader, and was considered an extremely brilliant leader.
Mm-hmm. He was, and all that. I don't know. Did he ride horses a lot?
I wouldn't say. I mean, he was a 19th century country boy in his youth, and because he this. I mean, let's face it. I knew he was successful in business, but the universe stopped him before he could ever be really, really wealthy. But he wasn't without funds, and he wasn't starving to death. It's just his personality changed from positive to negative, and it got in his own way and slowed him down. And he's almost like, oh God, what's his name? Harrison Ford played that character. He's similar to that, to me. Which Ford character? Are you talking about the archaeologist?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That maybe sort of fits. I've got to say that this doesn't. On the business side, yeah, probably, but he left business midlife, went into politics, and is considered an extremely successful politician.
I wasn't getting that part. Well, there's your pompous for you right there. From changing the one character to another. But I'm sorry, this is just the way it's coming to me.
Okay, that's interesting.
Who's perfect all the time? I'm not.
Yeah, I know it. In a way, it does fit. It just doesn't sound right based on the public perception, the general perception of this man. But in a way it does, because he left his work somewhat unfinished through no fault of his own, though. And, well, I'll tell you, this is Abraham Lincoln.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
He was famous for facial hair. He is very famous for the stovepipe hat. You mentioned a hat. You saw him in a hat.
Yeah.
He did ride horses, like you said. In fact, there's a famous incident. This is long before the Secret Service was ever invented, folks. And Abe Lincoln one day was out riding somewhere, and some Confederate snipers decided they were going to bump him off and put a bullet through his stovepipe hat.
Now, there you go.
But in any case, he did get stopped. But like I said, obviously Booth had more to do with that than Abe did.
Yeah, but they also had a little affair, too. I don't know if that was before he met Mary or whatever, but there was a little affair in there, too, somewhere.
Yeah, which devastated him. He was madly in love with a lady, and I think she died.
Yeah. And guess what well, I better not say that. I better keep still. I'll shake a few table links if I say that. I could connect that girl to somebody who lived in this lifetime who's no longer alive, but we'll leave that one alone.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's interesting because the pompousness, you're right, nobody gets into politics, and he was a brilliant speaker. That's the famous Lincoln-Douglas debates is what got him the presidency.
Yes. That's right.
And it really does fit, but it does, of course, in nearly 150 years, we've all been taught to heroize President Lincoln.
Yeah,
and,
he came to me one day in Santa Barbara getting a massage, and he just stood there and took his hat off. I didn't know what was going on, by the way, and kind of bowed forward, and I'm going, okay, that's interesting. What's that about? So I don't know what that was. He was showing me I was dressed and everything. The person that was working with him, I said, well, isn't this interesting? President Lincoln standing there in front of me. How about that? And then the guy who worked on me, I just disappeared.
Oh, okay. Well, that was interesting because you hit so many of the little details exactly right. Famous for his hat and his vest and his beard, no doubt about it. You nailed it. And very good equestrian also, but that was so common in the 19th century. Any rate, that was like saying a person's a good driver nowadays. Yeah. We have a message from Bernadette. Bernadette down in Green Valley, someone I haven't heard from a lot lately. Glad to see you jumping in on this show, Bernadette. Let's see, birthday 8/25/52, August 25th, 52. And Bernadette says, hello, Bill and Fred. I will jump in here today. Any great news for me? I have a lot of ideas out there in the universe. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I bet. Well, you know what's going to happen, Bernadette? Saturn's going to be going over your sun for a couple of years, but you're ready for that. You got a lot of power. Let's see. Oh boy, have you ever? You went through a lot of changes. You're past all that crap. Okay. It's almost like I get a picture of you juggling to figure out where you want to start. And where you feel your first feelings, okay? Your first feelings, I want to say, is what you need to go with. If you get those first feelings and follow it, you do 1, 2, 3, 4. And it'll be real interesting to see how you have that. I mean, you just got into that, in your sun in Virgo, about 2 degrees. And you got everything sitting here. Got your Leo, your Virgo there, Scorpio there, Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Libra. I mean, you got the ball of wax. I would like to say, whatever you step into, you're going to be very successful. Just make sure that you're ready to take the one whatever you're doing, take the one that's standing out the most. Never go over 5 things at a time, because you'll thin out the energy and that won't work. And then you take each one you're going to do work on it, and when you finish one, then you add one up. So you're always going to have what you need. Success is definitely around you, Bernadette, and you've worked a lot of work to bring all this in. And also, I don't know if you're intuitive or not, but I'm all picking up that you sense a lot of things around different people, so when you get along, you can make the right choices to bring the right people to you, if that makes any sense. So I would say go for it. You got everything lined up. Just remember, don't go over 5 items at a time. And you're picking up things around people anyway, so tune into that and listen. Let's see where it takes you. You'll tell us how profound and how everything fell in your lap. I mean, you're out of that. You're past that. You're in your golden years now, so everything was working. It should just have fun. Bring it on. Make sure that you're not taking care of all those other people you used to do. I feel you moved them all out of the way. So let's just see what really happened, and we'll just go with it, okay?
All right. Well, there's something, Bernadette. Let's see how that works out. Stay in touch. Stop by more often. It's usually not really too awful busy here. Any rate, let's see. We have Anita. Anita is on the phone from Michigan, I believe, unless she moved again. Hi, Anita.
Hi. Hi, Bill. Hi, Fred.
Hello. When's your birthday again?
June 17, 1960.
Oh, you're in that group of people. I see. That's a lot of changes going for you people. I think I know 200 of you. So that gets what do you need to know?
Anything that you can tell me. What comes up?
All right, let's look at something. Let me see. Did you finish this? Nope. You're going to finish it this year, though. Let me see something. I have a little light sitting on my table here. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes I have to push it over because it gets a little dark in here. Let me see. Here you are there. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. This is going to get interesting. You have late degrees Jupiter and Sagittarius. So guess where Saturn's going to go? Into Sag, and you're making a completion Christmas Eve with the other 500,000 with your Uranus and Neptune. So what I'm thinking is Saturn's going to will take a while because you're around 29 degrees, and it's going to hit. Saturn will hit your Jupiter, and here comes the money. Now, what you want to make sure is where you want to put said monies coming to you. All right, and this is interesting. Ye gods, you got that Aries in your chart too. Are you going to do some writing, or are you and getting people out of your way so that you can go forward and do all the things you want to do? Are you pushing people away? I mean, I'm not referring to nice people. I'm putting people that might have been in your vision or in your way. Are you getting rid of them so you can move on and do things? Because you're a helper, okay? But you don't want to overhelp. This is the time you need to work for yourself and make sure you bring it to you. Because this could turn out to be a very prosperous time coming up if you use the energy for yourself. Sometimes we need to get a little selfish with ourselves. And when we do, as long as we don't get, how do I want to put this tactfully? As long as we don't get so selfish that we shut our energies down. Is this making any sense?
What was that last part? Don't get so selfish, what?
Don't get so selfish with yourself that you shut the energy down so it's not working. All right? That's what gets in. That's right. What we don't want to do. That's what you want to be careful, because I think everything's going to start falling in place, okay, in place around you because you've been doing a lot of work. And you've been doing a lot of cleansing. You know you got that Aries moon. Someone says something to you too fast, and between that and your Mars, you're not afraid to open your mouth and go bang. You know, you probably have to be careful what you're saying, don't you?
Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm keeping a lot of it in, and I am shutting the energy down on myself because I have so much to say. I'm starting to write.
Right.
I'm starting to write things out I haven't written out in a long time. And I don't know if I'm going to give it to the people, but I do need to release a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you know what you do with that a lot of time? Anita, just so you know, I'm from California. I used to have big classes over there. I used to line people up every few months in front of the fireplace, and everybody write a letter. I'd go over to the fireplace, bless it, and burn it in the fireplace so nobody carried the energy. You can do this. Because, see, with where Uranus is going to hit that moon and it's not going to let you keep it in. So getting rid of all these other people, you're a giver. But you're 54 now, so you've got to get rid of and take everything away. Go do some things for yourself. Make yourself important. I bet you 4 to 1 you've helped a lot of people. A lot of those people just pulled on you and kind of, pardon the expression, maybe irritated you. And if that's it, the more you write, you have to ask God, or whatever you believe in, should I give this to the person? Because you don't know, and if they don't accept it, don't take it personally. Just know you got it out. Because that's what you have to do, because there's a lot of good stuff sitting there for you to come. Once you get all this out, you're going to have a door open so big it'll be like a flood, and you'll feel better. You don't have to hold it in no more. It's time. Just time to, you know what you really could do? Are you on the East Coast or what?
Yeah, Eastern time.
Okay. What's it like in your state or something? Could you find a hypnotherapist and you take all this to her or him? And first of all, you have to interview that person, making sure they understand. If they're a little bit intuitive, this will help you. And explain this to you so they can help you do it, not only through the writing, but you can let it out of your personal self. And sometimes you might have to let a big old scream out to let go of it. It doesn't matter what other people think, as long as it's working for you. When you do all this, you're going to have such a healing, girl, that I would be a bit surprised. You might think this is crazy. You might even write a book. Because there are hidden things down inside your soul that you need to talk about.
Right. You hit it right on the head. And I'm wondering if I should go to if I really need to go to a center somewhere. And because I feel I am almost on the round of the nervous breakdown.
No, don't let that
because
happen.
I've been given and given and given and letting things,
Yeah, I'm like you, okay? That's when we have to make a decision. Stop giving so many people. And this is the game, seriously. You say to yourself, wait a minute. There's 100 people I've given to, and no one really cares. And if you say that hurts you, say, no, I'm not going to let that word come and get me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull and give to me and make me number one. Now, that's going to upset a lot of people because they've taken so much from you. All right, the nervous breakdown doesn't need to happen. If you go see somebody professionally, like a hypnotherapist or someone, and work with them, and also write the letters, burn them, do whatever you want, because you give it to them, I bet you they'll go into denial, and that would make it all the worse. So, and it happened to me when I came home, I won't say who, and a long time ago, and I said something, and that person said, well, that didn't really happen, when it really did. And I said, fine, you believe what you want. I was there. I know what happened. I moved myself on. And the same thing with you. You won't have to have the nervous breakdown. Why give them the benefit of that when you can open the door, express yourself, and get it out of there and move on and take your power back, which was never released. Your power was never taken away. You just put it on the shelf and let everybody kind of pull it away from you. But the power is still with you. It's just getting used to taking it back and be you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The thing, there's an actress, a very famous actress, and I used to do acting years ago. And we went to lunch one day, and this famous lady came in and sat down in the chair, and there was a acting teacher at Warner Brothers. I knew who it was, and I can't remember who it is anymore. I'm not into that stuff no more. And she sat down and let out a blood-curdling cry. Everybody turned around, and it was a courtroom scene, and everybody looked around so and she said, I'm ready for my scene now, blah, 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 blah. So, if you get in a place like that, hell, scream out bloody murder and say, I'm taking my power. I'm not letting anybody, I'm not going to have a nervous breakdown for nobody because it's not going to prove nothing, but I'm going to sure love myself and make myself number one. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I'm thinking of going back to Arizona.
Okay. Hey, if that's a good thing to do to get away from everybody.
I don't think I want to spend another winter here. I did last winter. It was horrible. And I don't know where else to go.
I understand. You've been going through things a long time and so forth, so the idea is do what you're supposed to do. That's all you can do. Make yourself number one. You never have made yourself number one. That's what you've got to do. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Lots of luck there.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Bill.
You bet. Take care. Good luck, Anita. All righty, let's... Guess how many minutes it's been, Fred?
It says here... Where did it go? I just had to know. 46 minutes.
Yep, 45 minutes. Just best about set your watch by it. Okay, hang on, everybody. I've got to talk to you this evening, Fred. We got to get that fixed.
I know. A lot of things around there are going goofy, so it's not just this.
All right, everybody, hang on just a minute. As soon as I can switch my monitor over here, we're going to switch Fred out of the circuit. He's, for some reason, his headset and his computer, I've seen it with 2 or 3 other people over the years I've been doing this. Every 45 minutes, the thing goes wacky, and you heard all that noise and static and confusion and everything. It is absolutely, we're dealing with computers here, people. It's what can you say? We're dealing with computers and electronics, and as fast as they jam them out anymore, they don't really do the testing like they used to do with products. Well, let's give it a try. You there, Fred?
Yep, I'm here.
Nope, didn't work. Let's try it again. So, I don't actually know what to do. I guess I could just babble on, could read some poetry or something. And there'd be nobody left when I did get Fred back on. Let's try it again, Fred. How we doing? Whoops, wrong one. Now we're on.
Okay, hello?
Yep,
hello?
Worked.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do? Go get another whole piece here?
I think it's going to take a different brand of headset, yeah. That's probably what it's going to take. They're not terribly expensive, $15, $20 or something.
All right, I'll go out. I have to find out where everybody goes and gets these things, and then I'll get a new one.
Yeah. I use a couple of them. I've got 2 or 3 of them here. I'm hooked into all the different computers made by Radio Shack, or rather stocked by Radio Shack, and that's, of course, easy to find anywhere in the country. All right, let me get back here. Let's see. We did Amanda and Bernadette. We're up to Ginny in Los Angeles. January 17, 1943. 43.
Yeah.
A general question. Don't even need her birthday. Where will we be a year from now as far as the Middle East and especially ISIS?
Oh, okay. All right. I got this. This is going to be very interesting. All right, so I don't have to look this up. I've got the answer to this. And something's going to happen. It's not going to be very good, not to us, but to them. One of the things going to happen is they're collecting all the governments of the world to take on these people. Now, what they're really doing, they've collected over 100, Americans are working with them. They're going into Europe. They're going into all the different countries to pull them all in. And the worst part about that, none of these people are going to be able to come home. Just yesterday, they arrested a young lady in Colorado that was going to go over there and do jihad. She was going to marry one of the guys. They convinced her that this is what she would do, and they arrested her before they got on the airplane. Now,
Fred, what you mentioned there about not coming home, there was a news story came out just 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
A guy called somebody in the British government. I can't remember who he called.
Right.
But he was calling from the Middle East. He said he had left the UK and gone to Iraq or Syria to fight as a ISIS jihadist. He said he was representing 30 others who had done the same thing, a group of 30 of them. And he said they were all totally disillusioned, totally irritated. He said they went down to fight a holy war and wound up doing gang war.
Yes.
And wanted to go home, but they figured as soon as they got back to the UK, they get thrown in the hoosegow.
That's totally right. That's 100% right. And this is what I'm seeing. How many of you remember the Second World War when they threw flamethrowers on the Japanese and the Germans? I have a sneaking suspicion because these ISIS individuals have no religious connection. They are a gang, and they're darker and darker. And they will be wiped out. It's going to take a lot. I keep seeing flame throwing that we are going to do, and I don't know if it's us or one of the other countries, but when every one of the governments come together, these people will be destroyed. They'd like to be able to come in here today, if they could, and they think that this is the way of going about it. But unfortunately, this is the other side, ma'am, and this is coming up. And I'm going to try and get exactly when. And I've been seeing this for about 10 years. There is going to be a female goddess that's going to come in that part of the world. And she'll be wearing something, she posing as a he, and wearing some humongous dark cape. And then right at the right moment, that she will throw this away and show herself into the skies of that part of the country. And then this is where then you'll see, we can say God, goddess, whatever, or going to, how should I put this tactfully? Let them know that now they've done all the stuff they've done, now they're going to pay a debt beyond their imagination, and this will probably take years and years and years. Each one of them will get wiped out, are going to go into a deep place there because they're murdering children, they're murdering women. It has no concept is but to destroy. And their idea is to take over the world, and if this handles the way I'm getting it, they're all going to suffer beyond their imagination. Like where Saddam Hussein went, Hitler went, Mussolini, all in the same category. And this will take some work. It's not just one country. All the countries have got to get together and do this. But if we all pray, this will happen. We need to help and send the God and God energy, whatever you come from, whatever religion you come from, is to pray from your heart and watch this happen. I don't care if you're Jewish, Baha'i, where you come from, whatever. It's all, if we do this, will help going over there and destroy these individuals. We'll put it like this, they're lower than the snakes that crawl the earth. And they will have successes, but they're going to have a lot of failures. And because what they've done to some of the people, including a couple of ours, this is why it's going to be horrific payback. I hope that answers your question, my dear. It's going to be a bloodbath. So when they send our president sending some over, they have to guard them so carefully, because they will try to get a hold of them and actually decapitate every last one of them if they can get their hands on them. So really, our country has to be very careful. I believe the CIA is involved in this at this point and some other things. So there's kind of, I believe they're going to get wiped out. But you see, one negativity makes the other negativity, and the world's in change, and this is the worst part about it. But that could be the new ice age coming in that part of the world as well. It may wind up there. So I say God bless everybody in the world, and may God and Goddess and Grandfather, Grandmother, Spirit destroy all this that is in the human flesh, and let them get what they are putting out and whatever that, and we'll see what happens. But that's what I've been getting from above. They've been telling me this and showing me this, okay? A lot of people won't believe it, and I understand that's everybody to their own consciousness, but may we all bless everybody and be safe.
Yeah, Fred, I think what a lot of people are really concerned about is you're right, quite right. The CIA's been deep into this for long before it hit the news, actually.
Yeah.
We're well aware of that. But
they're not going to get here if that's what they're thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a story broke that they're pretty sure there's a cell of ISIS people in Juarez.
Oh, that wouldn't be a bit surprised. But they see, let me drop this person off. Who in the hell is this? See, global something. So we'll just drop that like that. But that's why, they may be. But what's happening now is because they know so much. Like I said, everybody get on and pray and help. Right. Everybody helps everybody. We can destroy this ourselves. You know, everybody, if we all could take our hands neck and neck and pray to what you believe in, and we could turn it around upside down in 5 minutes. Seriously, yeah, I can believe that they're going over there, but I think they're going to still be stopped because Mexico. I see possibly something's coming to Mexico up where the Indians are, and there's a shift in the earth is almost like turning it upside down. So there's some stuff going to be coming there, going between this year and next year.
Yeah, the drug lords right down there are very little bit better, if any, than ISIS. Yeah,
that's right.
So like attracts like, I guess. Anyway, Bernadette sent a follow-up, says, thank you so much. You are right, Fred. I am juggling. Yeah. Okay, Bernadette. And let's see, Annette in Boston, 4264. 4264.
I know who this is.
Yeah, Annette's checked in a few times. Do you see a relationship for me this year or next year?
Well, let's see where you are, my dear. Let's see where you're standing. Well, you're going to have that Sagittarius thing. Boy, you're going through see, I told you it was 500,000 people going to these things. Well, first of all, the guy has to balance you. You're not a wimp. So your mind goes. Now you have the same as you have 28 Taurus and Venus. This could help you. Depending on where that sits in your chart. And I'm not an astrologist, but if it's in your house of relationships, that could really help you. Have you made the list out, Annette? Have you made the list out of what you actually want? And then you call on the universe, Mother, Father, God. Like I said before, everybody's got their own idea. Mother, Father, God. I'm now ready for the perfect man. When you write your questions out, 25, 50, 75, 100, it's a choice. I believe there's someone coming, but you can't have them where you step on their face. You can't get somebody on that's weak around you or try to take over. It has to be in the middle because I feel energy around you. I'm surprised you haven't met somebody. To be truthful. It's really close around you. And us Aries have been going through a transition period with Uranus and Aries. It's a 7-year cycle. And and then you got this Taurus in here. You got that Taurus in here, which is real interesting because you've been hit by old Saturn and Scorpio. So there's something coming your way. I mean, be clear here, girl, about what you want, because I feel you're right about ready to mute whoever. But like I said, you can't overpower him. They can't be weak or overpowering you. It must work, and they must be intelligent. Make sure they're not with another partner. If they are and they haven't got through it, don't even bother.
And Annette did send in a one-word message about something you said. She said, yes.
Thought so. Yep, I know what she's talking about. Okay, go for it, dear.
Okay, go ahead, continue, Fred.
No, that's right. I'm done. I'm done.
Pretty well wrapped up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Annette, thanks for checking in again today. Hope that was some useful information, and good luck with that. Huh? Let's see here. What's next? Phone line, still just a couple listeners there, and we've got Okay, I knew I sent in another fun one.
Oh, yeah, of course she did.
Yeah. And she says, hi, Bill and Fred. This name just popped into my head. Let's see if he comes through. And let's see, the birthday is, I'm having to go back and forth. She split it in two messages here. July 18 of 19 and 13, 1913. Okay, and where did this go? Okay, first middle initial, R is in Romeo, B is in Bravo.
Okay. Well, let's see. It takes a little trip back in time here. You know, that's. I'm going to have to have my friend Lauren, or maybe we can get Sky McKenna to get me some of this, so I can have it in front of me. I think I need to get something here. Oh, there. Oh, 13. I got to go back further. See how we are. Okay. Cancer. Interesting. Let's see what we got here. Oops. Well, there's a cold. This person can be a bit cold, too. But they're strong-minded. Oh, a bit stubborn. I wonder if they became famous. The ability is here, but they could also get in their own way. They're emotional, but can turn around and shut down the emotions at the same time. Mind go off like a firecracker. Here we go again. Yes.
Quick-witted?
Yes. Oh, God, yes. Quick-witted. But was this a comedian?
Yes.
Okay. See, here's we go again with the comedians. Phenomenal in front of the lights, but when he was off, that's where the problems were because of the Capricorn moon. Because I learned that lesson, you know.
Okay, hang on, Fred. I don't know if you even hear
probably
me.
Fred?
Fred?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, you completely cut off for about 3 or 4 seconds there. We just got little blips. And we're out of time this hour, so
okay.
Save the rest for this gentleman. Let's take about a 4-minute break here and come back on the second hour. So nobody go away. Don't forget to call in. Phone lines have been empty, so give us a call. 602-666-6027 is the number to call. 602-666-6027. We're going to be back in about 4 minutes, so hang in there, everybody.
AchieveRadio.com. AchieveRadio.com.
Okay, we are back, everybody. Welcome back. Fred Fassett's Visionary Awareness, hour number 2. And we are going to continue this hour as well as we did last hour with more psychic readings from the fabulous Fred Fassett. And to participate in that, to get your own reading, just dial 602-666-6027, 602-666-6027, as a few people have done. And, how about that? My mind just went totally blank. I think it must be the solar storm. Anyway, it's yeah, you can also participate by sending a message in via the InQuick message system on the AchieveRadio.com website, located on the Achieve TV page below the TV screen, and also on the Studio A page for the radio-only listeners. We don't have it set up yet for those of you watching on YouTube Live, but maybe you could open another tab and tab over and send a message in or something like that. That's always possible. There's always a way to work around it all. So I think I don't need any more preliminaries. So what can you tell us else about this guy, Fred?
Well, first I want to do something I forgot about. A wonderful lady in Florida, I'm not saying who, sent me a beautiful card because I was helping her and her husband, and I had to go over it several times. Everybody out there, when you send me any kind of card, will you please print? My dyslexia is very interesting. I always wrestle with my friends when they send me things. I always have to tell them to print. I read the printing and writing. It's just weird how I see it. So I took it to my neighbor, and I've been memorizing everything on that card. It was beautifully done, and I really thank her. But I want everybody to know, when you send me something, would you please print? Because it's weird how my dyslexia works. So anyway, back to, and I want to thank that lady too, because it was beautifully done. On this guy, when he got older, was he in vaudeville or was because or something? Because I can see the stage, I can see the outfit. Somewhere in his life as he got older, did he start to get a pot on him? I mean, God, I'm having a problem here. I'm looking at something. They're showing me, unless he was disguising or dressing in a funny way to make everybody laugh.
He did that frequently, and he had several characters. And as far as vaudeville, he was in the old vaudeville, the original, and also in what my mom used to call the new vaudeville, meaning variety TV.
Right. Okay. Because I'm seeing him standing there and putting this really together. I want to laugh. I know he's not who I thought, because if somebody worked with Mae West, they did a lot of things together. But that man hated children when he was on this set. With the red nose. You know what I'm talking about. And I know it's not him.
Old WC, yeah.
The WC, he hated the children. But they always put him in scenes with children. Anyway, this guy really had quite a comic act. And he did very well. Did he get up in his 70s and 80s before he passed?
I'm sure he must have. I don't have it up on my screen right now.
Right. That's okay. But this man was sensational. But he had this damn thing when he got off the stage where he could be really having a good time with whoever is around and then just close down with no warning. It's just part of that. Since we're talking about all these comedians, that's why they're so good out there, because they get the thrills of their lifetime. They become the person they can't be in their real lives. And for some reason, I see a lot of ladies around him too. That's the other thing. I see the ladies, I'm going to do this. This couldn't have happened, but I'm going to go for it. He never did burlesque, did he?
I don't know. I certainly wasn't known for it. I knew him in his later years.
Right.
Watched him on TV.
Yeah, I don't think it was his later years either, but that's just it was thrown to me. It was kind of interesting.
And he did make it well into his 80s, about 83, 84.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. I think he enjoyed when he passed out of the body. A lot of them entertain on the other side. And so for things like this, a lot of them do. So this one did the same. I think he was a very profound individual. I don't think he was always happy either. That's the way I'm looking at this. But boy, was he quite a character and did a lot of characters and really knocked them off on their butts. So yeah, this guy was great. Profound.
He does have a couple motion pictures back in the 40s that look somewhat risque for that era. I'll put it that way. Very romantic type of titles. Anything else coming through there, Fred?
No, not right at the moment.
Okay. The individual RB is none other than Richard Bernard Skeleton, better known as Red.
Red, there's all that going on. That's why I was picking that up. Yeah, but see, and he was different off the stage too. I remember some things came out, and that's that makes total. Why I saw all those characters and the craziness was on there. Like, what is he doing? What is this person doing?
Yeah, a couple of different bum characters, and he wasn't known for it. He was known for those kind of bummy characters he did. He had a couple movies in his IMDb, Bathing Beauty and Neptune's Daughter, both of which look very romantic and sexy type of, for that era.
Yeah.
Obviously.
It was. And I mean, I watched him all the time. I mean, I couldn't even believe, what's that? Clem Cadellahopper, the one he did. I mean, I don't know how he made his face do all those things.
Had a rubber face, no doubt about it.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. They're all coming up, these real successful ones. They're cancerians. See? You never know with the cancer people. They can surprise you.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, that was fun. Thanks, New Way, and that was a fun one, too. And I think it parallels what so many of these comic actors and comedians and whatnot.
Right.
Just like so many of them. Okay, Linda. I hope it's Linda. I didn't hear the recording, but at any rate, you are on the air with Fred. Hello.
Hi there. Good afternoon. Yes, this is Linda. Hi, Fred.
Hi, which one? We have three.
Okay, it's Linda, December 22nd, 1958.
Okay, thank you. That's always helps me out, by the way, because we have a Scorpio one too. So I want to make sure I'm getting the right one. You're stepping into a phenomenal change period. You and a lot of other people. So you're getting ready to. Yep, you sure are. Let's see over here. And first day of Capricorn. See how you are. Right, what do you got going there? That's better. Sagittarius, I like that. Capricorn, Taurus. You don't mess around, do you? Yes, you're going towards your second Saturn cycle, and you're going to finish up your Neptune. All right, Linda, what do you need today?
Well, I'm wondering about my business. Is the sales going to start increasing, or what do my guides, I guess, want me to know? Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is it. Number one, do you work with personal type of stuff? Is this for women, or what is this?
Yeah, it's women's apparel.
Okay, now. Okay, do you have any, and I'm just going to go with this. How much of this do you have on the internet?
None.
This is what you're going to, look, I have to change too. I'm a little scared, but I'm going to do with this. But you're going to need to get yourself set up with a web page. Amazing what people do now, Linda. They're not in our time period, and you have to make some changes so that you can really get your product out there and watch it take off. Because I know you've gone to a fair or whatever that was called, and you're in one of those cycle changes like another 500 people. See, you have a spot here That's very, 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 very good. All right. So this should be helping you. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Sometimes does the money really come in and then it just slows down and drags?
Yes.
Okay, that is because you and I have Jupiter and Scorpio. So here's the lesson of Jupiter and Scorpio is when you've got it, you have to make it work until the next cycle will come back in. It's almost looking at it weekly, monthly, and everything else, and it will come back in. That's also working with your clients like what I do too. So I want to say that you've got to get yourself out there and other avenues so that you can get your products out there. I'm sure you specialize. I don't know where that word came from, but I feel like you specialize whatever you have for the ladies. And if they could see your product line in other ways, I think you'd be surprised how. Now you might have to get somebody to help. You got to get some pictures and all this. You will need some help. You know, I know you're not going to be able to do this by yourself. I have to have some help too, so I know about that. But you need to find some other ways out there because by the end of this year, many doors should open up. You've been going through quite a. I'm all right. You've been going through quite a transition. And I've been going through one too. Have you been going through kind of 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 years of just up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down? Is that what's been going on?
Yes.
Okay, see, you're going to complete this on Christmas Eve, part of it. The next stage, okay, is your Capricorn, but you've got Sag in your chart. So this is all going to go through this. You're in that 5. Well, okay, you're like what I've been going through. Mine's been 8 years, or going on 8 years. So I want to see new ways because I believe you got good products. You know what you're doing. You're honest, but you got to open up new avenues. Now, I don't know what the hell this is. I'm just going to do this. Is there a women's group? Okay, a women's group that you could connect with and so forth and meet with. Oh boy, he never fails. Hold on a minute, everybody. I'm on the radio. I'll call you back, Jerry, okay? There we go. I hope I got that one in there. They keep showing me you getting yourself up on the computer, and then you will see, okay?
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I feel if you start this way and get the help, we don't know what we're doing on the computer. Anyway, I don't. I'm learning. I've been learning for years. My grandson can do better at me at 7. What can I tell you? No, but find somebody that you can work with that won't cost you an arm or a leg, but do you something. Maybe you can find a woman. This would be ideal. A woman to work with a woman. Can you work with other women easy?
Yeah, I don't have a, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what you want to find. Find another woman. Let me tell you, you find the right one. You need a woman that talks. You know what I'm referring to? Because I see the business, but you have to do some things different to get this pushed out there, and then it's going to be like a waterfall. And you may not know where to go, and just start checking around, and maybe find a woman, check in your area. Says anybody does any kind of web pages and so forth like this, and tell them what you've got going, and how could you work with her, all this kind of stuff, and get yourself out there, what have you, and then you might be surprised what might happen. And I get something else. Oh, I know. I'm trying to see what they were showing me. These TV things that sell. They sell, what is it? I'm trying to think of it. That famous cooks pots and pans, and somebody, in fact, the lady that just died, Joan Rivers, was selling products on these cable stations. Here's another one for you. All right? And you might be surprised what would happen. See, everybody's sending me messages now. You might be surprised what happened if you take that direction and find out. I don't know what your product's like. I haven't seen them. Okay, but obviously. You love doing what you're doing. That's the first step. But instead of going the way you are, you have to go some new ways now so that you can get yourself out there and become a grand success. And I do feel that this would be really, really, really good. All right? And it's not going to happen overnight. All right. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. But I want to see you take new avenues to get your products out. Who the hell was it? Somebody brought a product on one of those TV shows. They put it on there, and they sold out in one night. I can't, if somebody came on a show, I can't remember what it was. It's been a while, and that's what they did. They went on one of those things, and would you believe, bang. I mean, and you would have to, that's what we might do it. Because you, Linda, you're a businesswoman. You got a hell of a head on your shoulders. That's all you need to do now. With Saturn going all over your face right now, you might as well get busy and take new avenues and watch how busy you get. What would happen if you got one of those shows and suddenly you had a warehouse full of goodies? Wouldn't that blow your nose away?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. That's the possibility. But you need to get the stuff up on the internet. And also look at some of those shows those TV things that people order product, clothes and pots and pans, and figure out how to get in touch with them. Maybe somebody can help you that has an end, something. And get your apparel where you can show them what you've got, and maybe they take an interest in you. I don't know what it's going to take to get that other. Where you sell it on the TV. I don't know what that requires, but if you get the right connections and have somebody work with you, this might be what you need. It's an idea to try anyway. If you don't try, you're not going to know. Okay?
Right.
Because the energy's there. The energy's there. You just have to. You're going to have to. It may not be easy, but if I know you, nothing stops you anyway.
I'm pretty determined. Yeah.
Yes, I can tell.
I don't give up.
Just let us know what happens, all right, my dear?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. And let's see here, Fred. We have a gentleman by the name of Russ, birthday 10/26/79. Hello, Fred. How does my future look for marriage? I've been divorced for a few years now.
Wow. Let's see. He's a Scorpio. Let's see if he's got that one taken care of. Oh boy. Does he have children, I wonder? I was picking some kids up around him. It could be spirit kids. Don't want to scare you, man. Because I do get those a lot. I do. Oh, look at this, the Capricorn moon. I hope you don't get cold-hearted there, Russ. Oh, that's with a Scorpio and Capricorn moon. Ouch! Scorpio. Wow. Leo Mars. Are you stubborn, but a real stubborn too, guy? Look at this. He analyzes everything to death, too. Oh boy. Hold on. I got to put this to the other side. Let's see what's going on here. You need a lady that can relax you, Russ. Did he say he was married before?
No, he says divorced for a few years now.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said. It probably wasn't a good divorce either. I wonder if he got kids out of that, because that's what I'm curious about. All right, let's see what they're going to give me. Let's see. Something's coming here. That blasted thing in front of me here. I know I don't need it, but it helps me. Dude, you're going to be... okay. I'm going to try this out. There is the universe. Now, where the hell did that come from? You see what popped up on this? No, I didn't do this. What the hell is this? Something came up on my screen. I don't know where this came from. It's got a Thursday, the 11th. All this stuff came up on my. I don't know what this. I don't know what this is. Hello. It's even got a clock up here in front of me. It just suddenly arrived. Shows what 95 degrees outside. I didn't do this.
Oh, just get rid of it. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure. Yeah, I just like what? Where are you? Okay, come on. Where'd you come from? Oh, come on. I want to get rid of you. I don't want to get rid of everybody here, but you know. Oh God. Oops. Here comes my roommate. Okay, now this is going to get crazy. Anyway, guys, I think by the end of this year, going into next year, is when the next woman's coming. Okay, but you need a special woman. Not just any woman will do. They have to match your strength and your emotions. Because they don't, it won't work. All right? Because sometimes you can be open and talking, and other times you pull yourself in. That gets real interesting, you know? So I feel there's one coming, but I don't know. I almost feel by the end of the year you're going to make a big old completion astrologically. All you Scorpios are, and then it's going to go in the other way. You know, so I feel that it is coming your way. Do you know what you want, man? This is very important. You know what you want, so the universe knows what to bring you. That's so important. Okay. That's very important. So you've got to, man, God.
Need nothing else to
I'm
number.
still, I know. I'm still on the show, Jerry. Hey, shh.
Okay. Well, you're.
That was Tiffany. Go ahead.
Okay, and so your roomie walking behind you there. All right, very
yes,
good, Fred.
Yeah.
If you could pull your camera down just a little bit, we got you framed right at the bottom, and it makes it there. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
For those of you watching.
I don't know how to get rid of this other thing. I don't know where it came from. It just showed up. I'm trying to get rid of it, and I can't get rid of it. Anyway, Russ, it's there. But you need to be very clear about what you want. If I feel like there's an energy close to you as well, in other words, a woman's energy. And, Jerry, you hearing me? I'm on the radio, babe. I'm on the radio. Okay, I'll call you. Now, that's the third time.
Okay.
Never dull, is it? Never dull. All right. So the energy's moving around you. Okay. And I feel really good that you will wind up with a relationship. Are you looking for a companion, or do you want to attempt to go into another marriage in time? If that's it, it's moving. All right, it's moving in your direction. So let's just see what happens there. Let us know. Be clear about what you want. A lot of the guys I talk to aren't clear, and then they wonder why things aren't going. So really be clear for yourself. All right? Yeah. Real important. All right?
Very good. Yeah, it's, if it's lining up, it's up to you. That's I always
right.
like to, like the astrologers say, the universe doesn't impel, it compels, or however that goes.
Right.
It'll line things up, but you still got to make them happen.
Oh, God, yes.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Well, first of all, real quickly, Anue says, oh, gosh, we need to find a difficult one for Fred, laughing out loud. That was spot on. I loved Red Skeleton when I was a young girl. Thanks, guys.
Oh, me too. Me too. Who couldn't laugh? Who couldn't laugh around him, you know?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's move up to the Pacific Northwest, and Leslie is back. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Fred.
Yes, how are you?
Fine. Kind of intensifying my search, and there's been a lot going on. And prospects, but I'm kind of getting in a time crunch, and so I'm looking both for interim or even minimal work to give me more time, as well as looking for better things that are closer, and just wondering if there's any message.
You're Scorpio, aren't you? Huh?
10:30:55.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, all right. You're also going through that stupid Neptune thing, too. Where the heck? Oh, he's leaving now. Okay, he just left. I'm having all this happen. If you know what popped up on my screen, everybody, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Anyway, okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see. What do they call... I'm fortunate. Thank you, God. I don't have to go out and do any of this anymore. Go out and look up the jobs. All right. Let me see what I can come up with here. I'm going to try this out.
I kind of miss your cards sometimes. The cards.
Miss my what? Oh, I noticed they won't let me use them. I've got them sitting over there. If I try it, they block me, so I can't see them. All right, and that's what they want me to do now. All right, let me look at this. We're in September.
Okay, Fred, we're at our 45-minute mark. I think this happened to you a time or two ago, didn't it?
I don't remember, but
okay.
I know it happens every...
Yeah, it does happen periodically, and I have no idea what... I can click it back, and immediately we hear static, so we're just going to have to wait till the computer redigests whatever it's digesting there, and...
At least it's consistent.
Yeah. If I could just figure out how to get it to go on the hour mark, like I said before. If it played during the commercials, who cares? Oh, Fred? No, still a train wreck there. Oh, well, so how's the weather up there? Getting rain, Leslie?
It's beautiful where I am. It's been actually kind of a hot summer. It's probably 75 right now.
Oh, okay.
Still summer.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, even in Seattle, Vancouver, September is really not. Yeah.
Let's try again. Sounds like we got you, Fred. Go for it.
Okay. All right. I don't want to make. By the way, I was told to go to Apple. My friends all. I have a $50 gift certificate I never used.
Oh, okay. Use it up. That'd be a good use for it.
There it is. All right, Leslie, is it important for this to happen before October?
Yeah, well, at least need something like even temporary work to give me more time. Because I really need something.
Yeah, well, there's some energy coming up before your birthday. Now, hold on. We're on the 11th today. Okay. I want to say application. I don't know what it's called. Have you sent some emails out or something to some companies for part-time work so that you can get the money coming in to get these classes taken care of? Because I feel close to your birthday, one of the bigger things are going to come through. It's hammering me right now, and that's why I went and looked, because the 15th is Monday. So I'm looking at around the 20th, something coming to you temporarily, but there's a bigger thing coming to you close to your birthday. It's like some kind of door just opens up, and then you're all excited. So I don't know who you've been talking to, but you're all excited, and everything starts coming forward because, like everybody else, you're also there's some old doors that are closing behind you, and I want you to get your confidence back up. That's real important for you, because you're like I go through it. When you lower the energy on yourself, subconsciously you block what's trying to come to you, if you understand what I'm saying. And so when you were by yourself, you had the confidence working, even though it was a rough period. You've been in you're finishing your 5 cycle on Christmas Eve this year. It's done. But I feel there's something going up between now and the 20th to 25th, somewhere in there, and it will be temporary what you want, but one of your bigger projects is going to be close to your birthday that's going to open a door. And I want to see you lift up your power again. Get yourself back in that power seat. Somehow your energy has dropped. I want to see if you can bring it back up through prayer, meditation, whatever you do, and get it back up there. All right. I almost, oh dear, am I supposed to do this? Okay. Are you and your mom all right communicating and all that stuff?
Yeah, that's kind of even keel.
Oh, good. I'm glad of this. Okay, I'm glad. Okay, this I'm in your hands, but do you realize that you lowered some of your own energy? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, and part of it is being here in this area and adjusting.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what you got to do. I don't know where you go, where you want to go to the gym, go to a park, whatever. I just did a surrender thing because I believe in Jesus and all that, but I did a surrender thing with Sai Baba. Someone sent me the video, and I think you need to get in a position and open the door by surrendering and put it in the universe's hand, whatever that means to you, and let go. Because I bet you when you can do this from your heart, not your head, if you can open this up that way and say, I can't do this anymore, I'm letting you do this, God, Goddess, whatever it is you believe in. So here it is, I'm letting go now. I'll bet you 4 to 1 minute you do this, everything's going to start coming at you at one time. You know what you want. All it is, the energy fell down, and you've got to get back up there. Because once we lower the energy, it's a block. And you know better than that because you're a very spiritual lady. So I want something to push your energy back up there. So this is going to come because there, but you're below that energy. Now you got to get it back up so it will fall in your lap. Do you understand?
Yeah, and it might take some interim work.
Yeah, yeah. All right, do you know any? I'm going to ask you this question. I say this to everybody anyway, but anyway, it might. Do you know a person that personally doesn't know anybody?
Well, not in this area. I'm sure
that's okay. Well, I go. Hey, look, if it has to be on a weekend, do what you need to do for Leslie. That's what, lady. First of all, you're brilliant. You're spiritual. You got all this together. But right now, you got to get this energy that I've always seen around you. You got to get it back up there. Watch what happens. You being a temporary job, it's only temporary anyway, whatever it's going to be. And one of your bigger projects is going to pop off if you're ready to have it happen when it's ready. And then you're really glad because you watch it. It'll be like a rainfall. All right. I should say a waterfall. I think it sounds better. And that will fall in your lap, and then everything will start rolling. Your words are going to say, why didn't I do this before? Because I hear it all the time. I had to do a surrender last weekend, all right? And the minute I did it, the door opened up. So I'm no different than anybody else. I have to do it, too. So do this, Leslie, and watch what happens immediately. Okay?
Yeah, and I think I've been wanting to go to the ocean, to the coast here, and I haven't done that yet, or do something that's...
There you go. Go for it. Mm-hmm. I bet you'll come back different.
Yeah, because that always helps a lot, and I don't have that proximity like I did where I lived before.
Right. Well, sometimes, I miss the ocean, too. I have to go around my pool. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. At least it's water.
I understand that. I've been all my lifetimes. I've been around water, and I'm over here in the desert. So anyway, okay.
Yeah, it seems different. I know. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Okay, I'll let you know. Thank you so much.
Lots of luck there.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Leslie. Take care. Okay, let's see where we're at here. All right.
I got that off the screen, Bill. I don't know how I did it, but I don't know where it came from in the first place.
Sometimes they just pop stuff up, and it's, oh, well. Anyway, Roger wrote in, Roger, I need to apologize. I had another window in front of the chat room, and didn't see it for quite a while. It's been over an hour since he wrote in. First, two questions Roger has. Hi, who or what should I look out for at the UFO gathering I'm going to next weekend? And
okay, that's the first one. First of all, what you want to do is I can use the word shields if you want. Put your mirrors up and ask your guide, the light beings I'm talking about, to help you know which ones to be aware of. That's the first one. If you do this, it's going to pop in your head and you're going to be responsible. You just can't walk in there with yourself not being protected, because you'll pick up energy you don't want to pick up. I'm just letting you know. If I went to a New Age Expo and I would get around the crystal energy, before I go in there, I have to put up my mirrors, because I'd be knocked on my butt. Because the people who set these things up are business people. That's what we pick up, and then there's the other people. So yeah, put your protection up. Ask your the light guides, okay, from the light, to give you the first impression, so that you know that you know when you get there who to watch out for. That's the first part. Go with the second question.
Okay, second question was, the solar storm hitting Earth tomorrow will cause any energy outage? And I assume he means spiritual energy.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but the last time we had one a few weeks ago, it messed with my TV. I thought that was real interesting. It doesn't have to do that. Here's the question again. We're all part of God. Every last one of us on this earth, even the negative ones. Okay? So what you've got to do is know that it doesn't need to interfere. If you're in the power of the light and the belief in what you believe God is, then everything joins together as one. It's one energy, and it won't do this. It can interrupt sometimes radios and televisions and things that we humans have created, and that's just to give us more lessons. But basically, it shouldn't interrupt what you're asking. So just claim and put it out now that it won't interfere any spiritual. If you're trying to connect with someone or the other side or whatever you're doing, it won't dismantle that or anything else. Okay?
All right, very good. Yeah, interesting. It's not supposed to cause any electrical energy outages, but, you never know.
Yeah.
Any rate, let's see. Scott in Illinois. No birthday, Scott. It always helps, Fred, if you can send the month, day, and year of your birthday. But Scott asks, what are you getting for me energy-wise?
Are you a healer, buddy? Okay. A healer of some type, because you've got a lot of energy around you. That's unbelievable. And I don't know if you would be one of those people that lecture or anything else. You've got some type of spiritual, how do I want to say this to you? Spiritual awareness. And it's coming in stronger and stronger and stronger. I don't know what you would believe you want to do. I think you're some kind of a teacher. Okay, I'm not talking in a grade school. No. I'm talking on other levels, and you have a lot in your head, I think, because I think you're the Scott has called before, but I'm not sure. But I see all this stuff, energy around you. You also need to be aware of other people's energy that can block the energy coming from you, because sometimes that can happen as well. You're very versatile, and knowing what you want. You can be very pointed at times, and there's been times before where you got a little mixed up and weren't sure where you were going. But yeah, you got all this energy. The energy around you is pretty great. But when you get on people that aren't thinking like you have to get past those people so they don't block what you're trying to put out in the universe to come back to you. They're giving me a picture of a teeter-totter right now. So there's times when you're really up there and you know it's really flowing, and other people get around you, they take from you. And I don't believe it's malicious. I think it's just part of the human beings, So you're some kind of a teacher, man, and lecturing, working one-on-one with a group, talking. You need to talk. You need to say what's coming out of your soul. And I feel if you do this right, and you follow this, get a tablet, a journal, whatever. Write these things. You've got so much going through you. It's almost like a circus, in a way. So you want to get things written down so you can make a choice of what you want to do, because it can be overwhelming. And then you might get in your own way and not do anything, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. If this makes sense, that's what I'm picking up around you, buddy. You got a lot of energy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I hope this is making sense to you. This one I'm picking up around you, dude. All right?
Okay. Well, that cleared the board except for one I was saving if we had extra time.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
And we are at about 10 minutes, 11 minutes to go here. So I'm going to run this by you from Rick in Glendale. And
Rick here in Glendale or Glendale, California?
It doesn't say, actually.
Oh, there is two Glendales.
Yeah, I know. I actually had, when I had a studio in Glendale, I had somebody in Glendale, California, wanting to broadcast on Achieve Radio, and finally said, I think I'm going to do it. What freeway exit do I take? And I said, oops. Get off on the I-10 and go about 230 miles and turn left. Any rate, okay, Rick says, apologies, one light, one dark.
There you go.
So we'll see how this comes out here. And I wish I'd thought of this one. This one is kind of cool.
Okay.
I'm going to take a chance, give you the whole name. I don't know if you saw the little news story. It wasn't widely publicized. At any rate, the name is Aaron Kosminski.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, not well known, but made the news recently. He was mid-19th century, no birth date, none of that. This is all going to have to be all from your guides there. Aaron Kosminski was born sometime in the 1860s. That's about all we know. And you getting anything?
Okay. He wasn't any kind of a scientist, was he? Or it looks like his mind was on that level. Okay.
That could work.
Yeah. And very detailed individual, from what I can gather here. Got his name out there. Here's a couple of personalities. There's one that's very upfront and forward, and one he kind of pulls back and really thinks and analyzes. Don't tell me he was on the stage. I almost feel like...
No, I don't think so.
I feel like maybe political or in the science community or something in there.
It was probably pretty bright.
Yeah, I know. He's on the genius level. Was he in the United States or Europe?
This was in the UK.
UK, okay.
Specifically London.
London, all right. All right, this is getting interesting. I'm going to do this. This might be funny. I'll tell everybody afterwards. Was this guy close to, was this a tall gentleman? Does anybody know?
I doubt that's known, or it would be hard to find out.
Okay.
Well, the main question is a light or a dark individual. Did he have very dark secrets that he kept his whole life?
Yes. That part, you're right. He did. And he had to be careful. I don't know why I'm saying this. He had to be careful what he said and did, and may have attracted people wrong to him. Did someone take him off the planet?
No, he died in an asylum.
Oh, that's where the negative stuff comes from. Okay, he is bright, but I call it going over the river. All right, and so genius-like that he went too far out on the limb slowly but surely and went into that other consciousness. Now, the reason I asked that, somebody's standing here beside me. Okay. Somebody, I'm feeling it. Now, I want to get you guys knowing I'm seeing this. I'm feeling someone standing beside me and very emotional and so forth. And let me see here. He took a lot of secrets with him, and he got into the dark. He went from light to dark, and then he lost it. I mean, sometimes I almost feel like I heard him screaming, carrying on, and he felt like people were following him. This is why I got what I did. He felt there was people chasing him and there all kinds of stuff before he got through. But he had probably 4 or 5 secrets that he took with him that he wasn't going to let out. He was a good person, basically. But it all changed as I started moving through life, and it turned it around to where, I mean, this man could have helped the world. But unfortunately, and I'm going to say this, I bet he was bipolar or on the line of schizophrenic.
Yeah,
because
very possible.
He was, yeah, because the genius's line, they show me the line, and I see a line going up and down. He went over the line, and then he went insane.
Very, very blunt question. Are you picking anything up about murders?
That he did?
Correct.
Yeah. And once you say that, why would I get something? He might have poisoned some people and did something else. And because he thought these people were after him. So he did probably, I'm going to say this, a half a dozen people or more he got rid of.
Oh, wow. Okay. That interesting. All poisoned, or were there some more violent attacks?
Yeah, there may have been one with a knife, and I also could see maybe something with a gun, possibly. I see a knife. Was any women taken out? Does anybody know?
Yes.
I think that one was. I felt she almost like Jack the Ripper, but it wasn't. Okay,
well, that's very interesting you said that, Fred. You're saying you do not think this was Jack the Ripper?
It's on the borderline because of this person. He kept getting saved by other people. And yet he would change on a dime, and his personality would just go off the rocker. And I see him walk. Oh, this is interesting. He's walking in a dark alley, and I say, take a knife and slit this woman's throat. Whoopsie daisy. Well, maybe I'm not. Maybe. This has always been a secret. They've always wondered. And was he connected to pardon the expression, God, brain work, please. Was he connected to the royal house?
Certainly not in the UK, no.
Okay, but
go ahead.
Okay, well, there's something with some people too that. Oh God! You know something? This is real strange. Something important. People that he knew around him, I think, tried to protect him, and then I think that he got goofy enough to mess all that up too.
Okay, interesting. Okay, well, I will fill you in on this. This is from a news story. Thanks for doing this, Rick. It tickles me, actually. Aaron Kosminski was a Jewish, Polish-born immigrant who lived on the East End. At the age of 23, the famous Jack the Ripper thing happened. And just within the last week or two, some scientists did a DNA check on a shawl that one of Jack the Ripper's victims was wearing, and found semen that they were able to trace back to this Kosminski. And so they're claiming that Kosminski was the infamous Jack the Ripper.
Could be. It's kind of weird, but he did have some protection around him, too, for a while. Okay, he killed some males, too, not just females.
Yeah, there was only 3 females that Jack the Ripper was accused of. But that doesn't mean, since he was never caught, nobody knew who he was. Still don't for sure, obviously. He could well have bumped off who knows how many people.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I do. I think he did. Okay, this is interesting.
And you did pick up a woman and a knife and so forth. So, well, there's we have it, folks. Fred basically votes that there's a very good chance that if you caught this little news story that's been on a science website.
There's where I got the science from. That's where I got the science from. Oh, my God. I got the word science, and I didn't know where it came from.
Yeah, and Jack the Ripper was extremely intelligent, totally outwitted. The detectives. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They thought he was a doctor because he was so good at what he did.
Yeah, exactly. They thought so, and Scotland Yard was baffled to this day. Scotland Yard is baffled by that whole series of things, and since he was never caught, the guns and the poison definitely are a possibility. Nobody will ever know for sure on this side, probably.
No, but there's that made him put him on the when he went over, he wasn't in the greatest place in the world because he was crazy. So they'd have to take him out and put him in a cocoon, then take him out in the universe, and then the psychiatrist and the spirit world would go and heal his mind, and then he'd come out of that, whatever time that takes over there, and then he'd go back and look what he did, and then he'd have to connect with each one of those people somehow and clear the karma.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Fred, Rick's last question, I laboriously spent most of the show getting all the signs for all the planets of a person. 18th century person, so maybe we'll do that next week.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're like out of time.
Okay, call me on my cell phone, 480-236-5661, and let's all pray around the world we take care of these nasty people over the ocean. God bless everybody, love and light. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, don't forget Fred's website, psychicfred.com, psychicfred.com, and we will be back next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
AchieveRadio.com